Alright, I'm coming to visit you guys. I'm just bopping in. So it's been an excruciating couple months, and it's been an enlightening couple months, and it's been a healing couple months. The shop, as we all know and see and have seen through its various incarnations over the years, is done. I'm done. I'm going to finish up what's on my plate, and I'm out. I've got straight work right now. That's been good. It's earplugs and trapped in my own headspace for 8 or 9 hours at a throw. Initially, it was horrifying. It was some of the worst I've ever been through. I've discussed the aspect of self-inspection. Well, everything went sideways-er and sideways-er, and then came to a screeching halt. And there's one person that had a major hand to play in all of that, aside from myself and my actions or inactions therein. One person was a catalyst in all that, and they hate me right now. All due right. It made me step back and realize that I had become the villain in my own story. I embarked upon this self-examination about 2 years ago in all realism. And it's run me down a very dark road. I don't have the black sunken eyes anymore. I've been resting, been healing. We've been taken in by adoptive family out here in the boonies. We're out in the middle of nowhere. It's quiet. It's relaxing. Downside is work facilities are sparse at best that I have available to me, though they've been handed to me with open arms. And that's huge. So I get to continue working on what needs finished. That way, I can't take in new work if I want it. I don't want to. I want to finish what's on the table. I want to make right by these people that expect good work from me. I'll give them the best work I've got. Since I was a young lad, I always wanted more and more. Well, I pissed it all away when I did make more, when I did do more. I never made gains because I didn't have a goal. I didn't have any goals. I wasn't goal-oriented. I wasn't money-oriented. It just didn't work that way in my head. Since my mid-20s, I just have reacted to what was in front of me. The wheels kept on spinning. They were always in motion, no matter what. I'd be stuck in a hole. The wheels were still in motion. I just reacted to what was in front of me. I never stepped back and said, okay, what do I need to do? What do I want to do? How does this need to happen? And the times I did, I stepped back briefly and then right back at it and just reacting to whatever was thrown at me. And that's no way to progress or proceed with life in general. That's a general statement. When everything went sideways, this one person that despises me has been my best friend. Because they forced me to stop. And they held that mirror up and showed me what I'd become. Showed me I had become the bad guy in my own story. I took so hard to trying to please those people that would see me left for dead. They were out to hook and crook me. And I was lax with those that were good to me and didn't do right by them. Because the old adage of the squeaky wheel, they made the most noise, so I tried to get that handled. There comes a time you gotta do one of these. So you get bent, I'll deal with those consequences later. I'm going to take care of the good people around me. That's where I'm at now. If I'd found myself in this position 2 years ago, I wouldn't it'd be a different story. It'd be a different world for me, I think. Maybe that's the whole point. Maybe I'm supposed to be at this point right now, right here. I'm good with that. But I've been plagued for years with just nightmarish visions when it's a moment alone and quiet and I close my eyes, or I'm laying down for bed at night. I'm plagued. I'm plagued with every bad decision, every bad moment of bad luck, every bad action. Every time I should have taken action, didn't. The last year I started really making up for some of that, but I hadn't seen. Think, Scrooge and Marley, that kind of idea. This was a plague to me for years. I've got a certain role to fulfill in this life, and I wasn't making right. And when you're in that box, when half those people are showing up to grieve and the other half are showing up just to make sure that son of a bitch is dead, all you got is your word and how you live by that word. A broken promise by an inability to keep that promise, or out and out fuck you, is still a broken promise. And the consequences are as egregious either way. The consequences are there either way, regardless of your intent or want. So I'm going to throw intent and want out the window, and I'm just going to take care of shit. I'm going to take a step back to someone that I was 20 years ago. The guy that got shit done. You called when shit needed done. That's who I get to be. That's who I get to be again. I'm able to forgive myself of a lot of stupid shit. I'm able to pack the rest up and say, that's the past. This is what happened. I don't have to forgive myself, but I can accept it. I can acknowledge it. And I can take the lessons that it has handed me because they're important. I don't know why I'm spewing this out on the airwaves, but here you go. A lot of you I haven't seen or heard from in a while. A few of you I have heard from. Just check in and see how I'm doing. And that deeply moves me. It really does. I don't wear a lot of emotion out of my sleeve. I don't know how, I suppose. But this moment, this exact moment right now, I'm more at peace than I can ever remember being. I'm at peace knowing that I'm back on the right footing. I made the right decisions, first for my family, and second for everybody that I work for. And that I'm coming back into being that guy that gets shit done. Does it right, does it well, gets it done. I'm back on my way to being that, to doing that, following that path. And the next few months are going to be a hellish grind. But I've got a goal. And then I got some side stops on the way. But I've got a goal. I've got goals in place, goals in mind. First one is simply being just, I'm going to go into my job and do the task in front of me the best it can be done, period. My ideal was to go into this workforce, head down, mouth shut, hands moving. I can't. I see things fucked up, I have to say something. I see things being done incorrectly, I have to say something. And working in a tall organization like this, a tall structure like this, you got what's officially supposed to be done and how it's supposed to be done. Then you got how it's done. And without us grunts on the floor calling stop and making it done correctly, it never gets done. It doesn't make that situation better. And the company I work for is awesome. Would I leave there if I were offered a means to my goal more quickly? Yeah. But it wouldn't be without limit. I would give sufficient notice and so forth. But the likelihood of anybody being able to stack up what they can offer me is nil right now. Even with my skill sets pertaining to other fields, and this being completely new to me, there's no one else that I've found can stack up to that. If I do that, I get through this paint training, I'm on the line in whole, as a whole unit, as a whole productive team member, capable of doing whatever on the line needs done. I'll pick up the hours and I'll work my tail off, and I'll come home and I'll work my tail off and get these things done, and I'll work with my right hand guy out there and we'll get these things done. And then I'll get my family moved to a more suitable place to live, which is really tough for me because what we have here is very sparse and barely adequate. We're happy. We're minimized. We're happy. All of us are actually doing well. Emotionally, mentally, physically well. As well as we can. And then if I don't get what I want out of that, I will find myself a hobby shop facility. And one of those two may happen before the other. Because if I can find hobby space reasonable enough that I can make it work, have a straight job, pick up the side work, and make your gains there versus at your straight job. But I see me stacking up, saving, and getting us moved prior to finding a hobby space. Because primarily I'm going to try to find some place that's rural, it's got land, and it's got a house structure and a workshop structure on the land. Everything I had once, everything I lost. Which was dumb, because I had things lined up, stacking up, to make purchase of that in about 4 months. I could have done it. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for my family. So I get to learn all over again how to take care of my shit. Take care of my family. Take care of each other. That's the lessons the great architect was trying to bestow for so long that I ignored, I ran from, I didn't want to see. I saw my own supposed self-best interests above all this other. It's not about me, not anymore. And I've lied to myself for years trying to say it's not about me, but it's not. If it was about me, I wouldn't be working in a manufacturing facility. There's a lot of things that wouldn't. If it was strictly about selfish self-interest. I like where I'm at, and I like who I am. You guys will see me around. I've prattled on long enough. I just want to say hi, kind of explain what's going on. Reader's Digest version of what happened and how I got where I'm at. I've chronicled this whole journey since damn near the beginning anyhow. This time I'm staying down for a little while. When you guys first met me, I hadn't stayed down. I stayed down for a month, 30 days. Got knocked down. Grenade of my life. And got right back up running again because I never analyzed the situation for what it was. I never set goals in place. Not real goals. I had dreams. I had hopes. I had these wistful ideals. And wistful ideals are useless. They're worthless. It's like an ashtray full of cigarette ash, and then someone opens the door and a big gust of wind comes in. They're gone. They're dispersed. But I'm taking this break December, January, part of February, I'm taking that break on purpose. If I get a chance, I'll record some stuff that we're working on just for giggles. I don't know. But I will reformat how I approach my channel. And that's not going to happen for probably a year. But I think I'm going to try to hit the record button a little more often. I'm not so self-conscious in front of a camera as I was. You guys have a wonderful day. Find something that moves you to your very soul and go and do that, even if it's just a hobby. Don't let the soul stagnate. Get the goals written down. A goal that's not written down is just a dream.